Becky Lynch nearly retired before being signed by WWE's developmental system NXT. Since then, she has had a lot of highlights and lowlights. After doing nothing for a year, she turned heel at SummerSlam in 2018 and became the hottest entity in the company. Thus far in 2019, she has won the Royal Rumble and main evented WrestleMania 35, winning both the Raw and SmackDown women's titles to become Becky Two Belts. Hello and welcome to Superstar Ratings. Before we start, please make sure to like, share and pile driver that subscription button. Today we look at the man, the champ, Becky Two Belts Lynch. In Superstar Ratings, we will take 10 aspects of a WWE superstar and rate them out of 10, equaling a total of 100. These aspects are moveset, finisher, selling, character or gimmick, promos, entrance, physique, athleticism, classic matches, and finally, credibility. Let's begin with moveset. In Becky Lynch's moveset, she has great moves like the leg drop she does, which sometimes comes from the top rope. Of course, she does the Beck Exploder, and I haven't seen her do this in a while, but then again, I haven't watched a full Becky Lynch match since WrestleMania. It was the straight fire where she'll hit a little pose and then hit someone in the corner. She also does a variety of German suplexes, and she does the old Trish Stratus move with the Matrix move, where someone will be pinning her and she'll just Matrix up out of it. Always looks good. Becky has a wide moveset of high flying, technical ability and power. Therefore, while I'm not going to give it a 10, I will give it a 9 out of 10. Finisher. Becky Lynch's finisher is the disarm her, which is an armbar. I think it's like a Fujiwara armbar, sort of. I wouldn't say it's the best finisher in WWE. It's certainly decent, but I do like a wrestler having, if they have a submission finisher, also having a pinfall finisher as well. But I don't think Becky Lynch has a pinfall finisher. She just uses a disarmer, which really limits the end of her matches a lot. So I'm only going to give it a 7 this time. Selling. Sometimes Becky will bump awkwardly. The way she bumps sometimes does confuse me a lot. It looks quite weird and odd and unrealistic. But I will give her this. She does sell body parts well, and you can see this in her match with Sasha Banks at TakeOver Unstoppable. She sells really well in that match. Another great thing about Becky Lynch's selling is her great expressions on her face. She really makes you think that she's in a lot of pain when she's not, and she has been selling the leg in that Charlotte match. She sold it really well in that match. But again, the awkward bumps, and it's not every match she's selling like this, so I'm only going to give it a 7 out of 10. Character and gimmick. When she started, she was a bland babyface. She turned heel in NXT, and it worked out quite well, but since moving to the main roster, she again became a face for a good number of years. She was alright and people liked her, but she wasn't overly great at anything. But since she turned heel in August of 2018, she's been, for lack of a better word, on fire. The man shtick sort of thing, the man gimmick, has really worked well for her, and it's gained her a lot of popularity and helped her main event WrestleMania. She's done wonders as a heel, and she's actually gotten over as more of his face while working as a heel. So I'm going to give her a 9 for that. Promos. Becky, with her promos, can be funny, can be deadly serious, and her promos with Ronda Rousey late last year and earlier this year have been absolutely excellent. However, she's only just really gotten onto the mic really recently, in the last year. I believe Kevin Dunn didn't like her accent for some reason, so she's only really gotten promo time in the last year, but she's done well with it, which is why I'm going to give her an 8 out of 10. Entrance. Her entrance is decent enough, I guess. Theme song always gets chanted throughout the arena, especially after a match with Sasha Banks again in 2015. She even mentioned on Raw that she has an excellent theme song. And she has the smoke. She doesn't have any pyro, but she has the smoke that comes out during her entrance. So I guess it's decent enough. It works for her, so I'm going to give that a 7. Physique. Becky Lynch There's a reason why she's called Becky Hench Arms Lynch. You know, she has very muscular arms. Becky is an absolute tank. So I'm going to give her a 10 for that. Athleticism. Becky has a good work rate and can do quite high flying moves. You know, she does the leg drop from the top rope and she does some dives from the top rope every now and then. So she has good athleticism. So I'm going to give her an 8 out of this. An 8 out of 10 for this one. Great matches. Becky's had a number of great matches. Again, as I mentioned at Unstoppable, TakeOver Unstoppable in 2015 against Sasha Banks, she stole the show. She actually had one of Alexa Bliss's greatest matches in TLC last 2016. Great match they had. In 2018, she had one of the best women's matches in WWE history against Charlotte in that last woman standing match. And she's had 2 show stealers this year, with her WrestleMania 35 main against Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, and her Raw Rumble match against Asuka, where she tapped out due to the assembly of Becky, a 9 out of 10. Credibility. Becky Lynch is a 3-time SmackDown Women's Champion, a 1-time Raw Women's Champion, 2019 Royal Rumble winner, and WrestleMania main eventer. She also is now reportedly the best merch seller in WWE at the moment. So she's obviously a big star, but I can't give a 10 out of 10 if they're not in the Hall of Fame. Therefore, she can only max get a 9 out of 10. So that's what I'm going to give her. So overall, Becky Lynch gets a rating of 82 out of 100. Not quite Kurt Angle's level, but still quite high. An 82 of 100 shows that Becky Lynch is one of the best in WWE right now, and she definitely has a bright future ahead of her. She's now the highest ranking woman on this list. Well, she's the only woman on this list, to be honest, so quite easy for her to be number 1 there. So thank you for listening, and next up on Superstar Ratings will be The Miz. Also coming in the future is NXT TakeOvers Ranked, which I'm still working on. My goodness, I don't know why I decided to do that, it's taking forever. But I'll get around to it.